Hey guys, welcome to the end of another day. So we tried reading a little bit of How to Train a Dragon earlier. It didn't go so well because I was on my phone at the moment. So we're going to try that again, and you've got this video so that you can watch at any point you want. So we're on to chapter 10, Thor's Day, Thursday. The Thor's Day, Thursday celebrations were a truly spectacular occasion. The hairy hooligans, fierce rivals, the Meatheads, from the nearby Meathead Islands, sailed across the inner ocean to the Isle of Berk for this really great gathering. The visitors set up camp in Blackheart Bay, which turned overnight from an empty desert of just echoing seagulls into a bustling village of tents made out of sails, two patched up to be used at sea anymore from old ships. By the next morning, the long beach was packed with stalls and jugglers and fortune tellers. It was a real carnival atmosphere. There was a happy confusion of Vikings spotting old friends and practicing their swords play and yelling at the children, "Stop hitting each other right now, for Thor's sake. No, I really mean it this time, or else." Reminds me a lot of some of you in the classroom. Vast Viking men sat on uncomfortable rocks, guffawing loudly like gigantic sea lions in a holiday mood. Impressively large Viking women, all huddled in groups, cackling like seagulls and downing whole mugs of tea in one swallow. Despite all Wrinkly's gloom forecast, despite his negative predictions of terrible storms and typhoons, it was actually a gloriously hot June day with not even a hint of cloud in the offing. The young hero's final initiation test would not start until 2 p.m. that afternoon. So Hiccup spent the morning listening, round-eyed, to storytellers, telling tales of dirty Danes and pirate princesses. But he was sick with nerves, so found it a little bit difficult to enjoy the occasion as much as he had done in previous years, when he didn't have so much at stake. Even Gobber throwing up, bleh, doing the how many seagull eggs can you eat in 1 minute competition, even that failed to raise more than just a little smile on his pale, tense face. Hiccup's family had a picnic lunch overlooking the axe fighting display. Hiccup, he couldn't eat a thing, and nor, unusually, could Toothless, who was in a bit of a difficult mood, and he turned his nose up at the tuna sandwich Valorama that was being offered. "Good to keep your dragon's appetite sharp for the game," boomed Stoik the Vast, who was in an excellent mood. He'd won a bet on Goggle Toad in the ugliest baby contest, and he was looking forward to seeing his son's brilliant display during the initiation test. As the day went on, a hot wind suddenly started blowing out of nowhere. It was still sweltering hot, but ominous grey clouds were gathering on the horizon. There was the odd rumble of thunder in the air. Maybe old Wrinkle had been right, thought Hiccup as he gazed upwards, and Thor was going to put his usual appearance at the Thor's Day Thursday celebration with his terrible weather. Pop, 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 pop. "Will all youths hoping to be initiated in the tribes this year please make their way to the ground to the left of the beach?" "Unk," Hiccup gulped, nudged Toothless and stood up. This was it. Hiccup was one of the last to get to the ground, which was a large area of wet sand just by the edge of the sea. The boys from his own tribe were already there, their dragons all hovering a couple of feet just above them. Everybody was chattering excitedly, and even Snotlout was looking a little bit nervous. The Meathead boys and their dragons seemed to be gigantic, rough-looking customers, far tougher than the hooligans. One, in particular, was a great hulking brute of a boy who looked at least 15. You see him? A brute of a boy. His dragon on his back. Hiccup presumed that he must be Thuggery, Chief Mogadon, the Meathead's son. because a silver grey monstrous nightmare, about 3 foot tall, was just perched on one of his shoulders. It was looking at Fireworm like a Rottweiler, a Rottweiler, a little dog, thinking evil thoughts. Fireworm acted unconcerned. An aristocrat never growls, purred Fireworm sweetly. You must be one of those Mongol nightmares. We pure green bloods, descended from the great Ripperclaw himself. I would never dream of doing anything so common. The silver nightmare's growling, at this point, increased in volume. The crowd was assembling by the touchline. Hiccup tried to notice Stoik the Vast blasting his way to the front with great cries of, "Out of my way, I'm a chief." 10-1, my son catches more fish than your son in this test, boomed Stoik, giving his old enemy Mogadon, the meathead, a good prod in his stomach. Mogadon, the meathead, narrowed his eyes and wondered whether to hit him, maybe after the test. "And which," asked Mogadon, the meathead, "is your son? Is he the tall one who looks like a pig with skeleton tattoos and the red monstrous nightmare?" No, you know whose son that is? Yeah, it's not Stoik's. "Nope," said Stoik happily. "That's my brother Baggy Bum's son. My son, that skinny one over there, who's got the toothless daydream." Mogadon, the meathead, broke into a huge smile at this point. He slapped Stoik on the back and yelled, "I take your bet and I double it." "Done," shouted Stoik. And the two great chiefs shook hands and bumped bellies on the bet. Gobber the Belt was in charge of this final stage of the test. He was still looking a bit green from his unpleasant experience in the "how many seagulls' eggs can you eat in 1 minute" competition. This had not improved his temper. "All right, you horrible lot," yelled Gobber. "This is where we find out if you are the stuff that heroes are made of. You will either walk out of this arena full members of the noble tribes of hairy hooligans and merciless meatheads, or go into miserable exile forever from the Inner Isles. Let's see what it's going to be, shall we? Shall we? We will find out tomorrow. Thank you for listening.